Hey, there, bro. We're playing D&D after I had to stop and do freaking 130 questions for homework for biology. Um, yeah, first thing, you didn't say anything about my story I told you about Doog, and that's not spoiler stuff. And it's a lot of D&D, I think, is going to be what we're talking about that's not spoilers. Um, yeah, it went well for that, but it almost proved my point at the same time, though I took all of their things basically away from them. Once they got them back, immediately it proved my point that they are so super powerful because Doog, being immortal, was able to kind of flip off a god and leave. And it wasn't anything major. My sister, playing Doog, he was able to just take back what was theirs. It's not like they took something of the gods with them, so that would be a whole different thing. You know, if like Prometheus stole fire and ran down, it'd be different. But anyway, as to your question to me, and so the question I've told Nick and Mom, basically the synopsis of it is that you have a player who wants to kind of be a female Casanova and isn't sure why. Nick said not to do that because it's really typecasting and limiting that character a lot. If you're like, I want to be this one thing, because what can happen with that is, like, say I want to be a pirate. Great.
You go nowhere near water.
Well, you can do that. Like, you're a pirate. You need way more background than just one character facet. So, obviously the DM or the player's handbook has a couple of backgrounds and helps you get some flaws and stuff like that. But I suggest you tell them to dig deeper than just like the face value of like a Casanova type thing. Like, why are they a Casanova? Why are they a flirty person? Are they actually trying to find significant love? Or are they just wanting to be with more people? And he says that he doesn't want her to be like a slut. But just because you are a very flirtatious person or a character does not mean you have to actually follow through at any point. You can just use your wiles to... I suggest also a bard. I don't know if what they're gonna play, but bards are typically those kinds of characters. But at the same time, it's also typecast. I would suggest either a bard or another charisma-based class. Paladin would work. It'd be kind of interesting to see a paladin do it. Just depending on what god or goddess they would follow. Maybe that's why they're a Casanova. Maybe they serve a god of love or a goddess of love, and that's why. Maybe it's a part of religion, and that would definitely take away from like them being a slut. What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, or based on something historic, like Helen of Troy was just beautiful and people were drawn to her.
That's true too. Yeah, Helen of Troy, she hadn't really done anything to invoke that. She was just that gorgeous that she had a face that launched 1,000 ships. So, I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can go with it. I recommend, and I think Nick does too, to really build his character himself and not take something from a movie or a book or a show. Take like, you know when you were a kid and you're like, oh man, I wish I had this person's eyes and this person's hair and kind of do that but with character flaws and things, and then twist them and put your own flavor on them.
Or I just had another random.
Yeah.
He or she.
It's a he wanting to play a she, I think.
Okay, the character's gonna be female.
Yeah.
She could be Asimar and not know, and that celestial pull.
Yeah.
Could be why people are drawn to her. She might not even know.
Or at the same time, she could have. Like if she's a sorcerer, she could have dark, like infernal blood in her from like a devil or a demon, which just has that charm to it. Fae would work as well. A Fae ancestry would work really well for that as well. There's a lot of ancestral reasons for people to be drawn to your words or whatever, or your wiles. I don't know. I just think that it's really easy, like Nick said, to get so into one facet. And there goes my speaker turned off this time, so I didn't have to re-record the video. I gotta go quick though. It's really easy to get stuck on one facet of a character. Obviously, as you play the character, that will grow and expand, but you need to have somewhere bigger to vault off of than just one character, issue, flaw, bond, whatever it is. So if you, like, for instance, you have a fighter who's like, I just want to fight. That's cool for a one-shot. But if it gets really old and boring if that's all they ever do. But I gotta go. I'm almost at time, so I will see you tomorrow.